Welcome to Warblog. Today I'm looking at, I don't know yet, yeah, it's either this or this. I think I'll do this, it's shorter and easier. Essentially this is one of these sort of bitty scenarios that is still significant but probably less relevant. Essentially this is, I think it's Idlib, pretty sure it's Idlib, it's just sort of to the north of Jaram, whatever. Georginaz. Yeah, so let's have a look at that actually. No. So here's Georginaz. Alright, there it is. And so this is the road here. So basically the Syrian forces are here, and oh look, that's not right. That needs sorting out. Not to worry, I'm not playing this scenario. Basically these troops are coming down and advancing on these little locations here. Which are these places here. So this is the road. So that Daphne is, I think, under there, and this door is sort of over here somewhere. It's quite hard to actually sort of, you get one map and all the places are different. So I think what we're talking about is this little stretch of road here. And it sort of doesn't matter. It's just a counter-attack. So basically they counter-attack across this line, take 3 places, and then the Syrians push them back. So it's not major, and I've tried to keep it quite small. And that's why I'm sort of playing it really, because it's quite simple. So essentially, you've got a sort of defensive line here. Let's maybe sort of annotate it so that it's a little easier to think about. So that's our defensive line, and we've got an offensive line here, which is going to go into there, there, and there. That's the sort of the idea. How that works with regards to everything else, I don't know. Now we should be able to take all of those, although it's just sort of irregulars. You know, their defence, they might hold out, they might not, but we'll see. And then after that, obviously, the Syrians counter-attack pretty much from 2 locations and push them back. So that's pretty much that. So in the first instance, let's see how far we can get with this. So we pushed him back. We don't have enough to move in at the moment. Pushed him back. Now we can move in. And we pushed him back. So we're lucky on this forecast. Maybe I should move him a bit closer so we can get all 3 of them in. Guaranteed on the first turn. So they've pretty much sort of done that. You know, they've achieved their goals and objectives. So we're in that turn. So obviously they've got the choice to either run away, maybe they can regroup down here. Well, okay, so now we've got these reinforcements coming in, so they're going to sit there and take that. Syrian turn, so how to deal with this? So we're sort of set up to some extent for next turn, and so the HayAt Tahrir Al Sham players are still going to sit there and take control of these towns. So now the front line has changed, tentatively speaking, so much so that I think I might adjust some of these units accordingly. So instead of being like that, it's now like that. We won't hold it, but just reflect that we can move him there, maybe, or there, that's where we want to move him, etc, etc. So let's move him. Yep. Okay, so the Syrian player is now in a position to sort of possibly consider their counter-attacks. So they eliminated that guy. He pushed him back. And we're having some steady fighting there. Okay. Well, they've lost a unit. So I think they're going to maybe try and pull back to create a line. They're going to move in, take control of these locations. They're going to try another assault, and obviously if they can't succeed, another exchange. Maybe I should bring in some troops from here. Another exchange. We should get it next turn. But they're going to hold there, so they're actually having a pretty good time. I'm not going to reinforce it because I know we're going to lose eventually. So leave that. We've taken these towns back now because we've got much bigger odds. and looks like we'll be able to run him out of town. Yep. So that's that really. I played this one because I wanted just something quick to just put up and just to work through. But I think it's quite interesting, how that works. I mean, completely eliminated this unit here. This one was forced to retreat. They've since recovered. This one put up a heavy fight, and during that heavy fight there were 3 exchanges, and that's sort of where the attrition comes in. That's sort of, I'm not saying that's why they do it, but in this instance, the interpretation of what happened there was they had to pay a price for actually recapturing that. Here it's a walkover because they got the instant elimination. Here they sort of managed to push them out eventually, and it was only by following through into the sort of the open area that they were able to actually to get the DR, to get the elimination. One of the things being that obviously the irregulars get much better defensive bonus in villages than other units, so that's one of the reasons that they were fairly tough. But you can create a fairly thin front line which is open to sort of counter-attacks like this, because obviously you can't have your mechanised and your big your big units covering the whole of the front line. These are just going to be response units, etc., etc. And there is actually some video of this attack, not so much this attack, but the events leading up to it. That's all. That doesn't go there. But we'll have to sort that out. But the events leading up to it, and the tanks that they used, and they're hardly a fighting force. They've got what's left of tanks, or more like small armoured fighting vehicles. They're not big tanks at all, and almost like open top carriers, like Bren carriers. And they're probably lucky that they even start. So it's pretty sort of interesting to see that. They also did another attack down here somewhere. I can't see it. Al-Ain, somewhere down in this sort of region, but they were repulsed on that. So presumably what they were trying to do here is to capture a little bit of this road, but I did look and it doesn't have a name or anything. So that's that. I hope that makes sense. I hope you enjoyed that. Remember, if you want to play this or any other games, all you have to do is sign up and play it to your heart's content. Okay, I'll speak to you later. Cheerio.